Hey everyone, we're back in the 2023 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD with the Duramax diesel. And I really kind of wanted to share this with you. We're getting ready to go into a regen cycle, and I think that I am going to be on a long enough trip to run it completely through the regen. So I'm going to check and see how many miles it actually takes to completely do a regen and how many minutes it actually takes. So stay tuned and I'll let you know whenever it kicks on. So you can see we're at 99% on our trigger, so it should be kicking over anytime. So it just kicked over to 100%, but you can see we're not active yet because the soot level has to be able to hit 100% also. But you'll see that it'll actually climb up there real quick here in just a minute and kick the regen on. So the system just went active, and it took it a while though. It was 8:02 whenever it went to 100% on the trigger, and now it is 8:20. So it took it 18 minutes for it to actually trigger and go active after the soot level, or after the DPF trigger hit 100%. So now it's active. Like I say, it's 8:20, and our mileage on our trip meter right now is at 149. So we'll see how many miles it takes and how many minutes it takes to actually get through this regen. So we're just below 50% on our soot level. That's the third one down on the right. And you can see our exhaust temperature is running about 1,075 degrees or so. That's the third one down on the left. And it is now 8:33. So it's been 13 minutes since we started a regen, and now we're at 158 miles. So it's been 9 miles and about 13 minutes. So the regen just kicked off, and it actually didn't go down to 0. It kicked off at 2%, but we're now at 176.5 miles, and it is 8:56. Also, if you notice, the temperature, the third one down on the left, is cooling back down pretty rapidly. So I was kind of surprised to see that the regen only went to 2%. But sometimes when you shut the truck off and then start it back up, that'll show 0% after a regen. So it took about 35 minutes. Once the regen actually went active, it took 35 minutes for it to fully run through the cycle. So it took 27 miles and 35 minutes to do a regen from the time it started. So from the time that the soot level trigger set 100%, it actually took 36 miles and 53 minutes. Even though the regen said it was at 100%, it hadn't kicked on because the soot level actually hadn't hit 100%. It took it 18 minutes for the trigger and the soot level to match each other to 100% to actually make the system go active. So anyways, I just thought I'd kind of share that today because, you know, a lot of people wonder how long it takes to do a regen. I always wondered that whenever I was buying a diesel, because, you know, my commute back and forth to work is only about 22 to 25 minutes. So if you need a 35-minute regen, you can't actually complete a regen, especially since your system has to heat up and, you know, before it'll actually go active. So sometimes you may actually, if you want to finish a regen before you park, then you may have to drive the truck a little bit extra in order to actually complete that regen. So Chevy doesn't give you any of this information on the dash to know whenever you're in regen. So, you know, you might actually be in regen multiple times if you're driving shorter trips and shorter times, which that's actually one of the worst things that you can do on a DPF system, is to start it and get it started into a regen and then shut it off and do that multiple times over and over. And that can lead to actually, you know, never completing the regen and having to actually take it into a dealer and have them do a forced manual regen. So that's kind of why I'm sharing this, just kind of give you expectations, the things that you can expect if you buy a diesel. This is stuff that, I don't know, I never could find this before I bought my truck. You know, I just thought I'd share this to kind of put that information out there. So if you got something out of the video, I appreciate you hitting that thumbs up button. Thanks for checking out the video today, and we'll see you on the next one. So I've had the truck shut off for a little while, and I just restarted it, and as you can see now, the soot level actually does say 0%, and the trigger now says 2%. And our mileage on that one was actually pretty good at 793 miles between regens.